let's just try to figure out what the Houston Texans were going for here. So they tweeted out, it's embarrassing very often whenever they do anything. And the sad thing is, even if something is done earnest with thought behind it, deep thought behind it, the Texans are so bad that everything is going to be made fun of. And we will join in on that. Until they start winning, we will make fun of them. Because we should. And we can all have fun together, right? This is not a shot at the team or at the organization, but it's been pretty tough for a while. So they just posted this on a Monday at
exactly 8 o'clock.
Exactly 8 a.m. So this was scheduled. Do you think Jack Easterby scheduled this? Like years ago?
14 months ago?
He could have. You can schedule tweets very far in advance.
You can. Yeah.
I've scheduled one accidentally that like posted like a month later than I wanted it to.
Oh, yeah. Because it always starts you like 10 days ahead or
right,
something.
5 days ahead for some reason. Anyway, they tweeted out a image that looks at first like it's all black, but in the background you can see some Houston Texan reaching up his hands and catching a football. It's like very, very barely see it.
I think it's Pharaoh Brown. I don't know.
I don't think he's on the team anymore. I could be wrong, though.
I've just been naming different
I will
guys
say,
it could have been.
The silhouette does look like a tight end, and I'm pretty sure that
CJ Fedorowicz, probably.
Ryan Griffin.
Same guy.
CJ Fedorowicz was a third-round pick. Jordan Akins. Could be him.
Yeah.
Tegan
It's not him.
Tegan Quintantino. Wait, Quentin Tarantino. Tegan Quentin Tarantino? No, it's not him. Okay. Anyway, with the caption of forward, failure is not an option. It's a necessity. Okay, so let's isolate the first part of this. Failure is not an option. It's a necessity. Are they embracing tanking? Is this them saying, hey, we're going to have a high draft pick next year too? Failure is not an option. It's a necessity. And look, I think SpaceX would agree with the Texans there, right? There was the rocket launch on Thursday. It blew up. But SpaceX is pretty big into the idea that every single failed launch can be a lesson learned.
Again, this first line, like, why are we tweeting this the Monday before the draft? This should have been, if they would have tweeted this, again, after the regular season, like, that's when at least this first line makes sense. But just be like, failure is not an option, it's a necessity. It's like, well, you have the number 2 pick in the draft.
Don't fail that,
Yeah,
please.
yeah. Can we?
I don't want you to fail there.
Can we not fail that one?
Don't do that.
Is that one a necessity to fail?
Right. Like, why not post this after a loss? This makes a lot more sense after a loss than it makes sense
or
the
after,
Monday at 8 a.m. before an NFL draft.
Or after the win on in Week 18.
And yes, we are overanalyzing this tweet, guys, but look, would you rather us talk about this stupid-ass tweet, or would you rather us talk about the stupid draft rumors out there? Like, all we know is Will Levis is the favorite to go second overall, either because the Texans are taking him or because they're going to trade that pick to some other team. We have no idea. No one knows. Like, no one knows. We're not going any further than that. This is something we can actually break down. Every misstep is a lesson learned. That is true, continues this post by the Texans. Every misstep is a lesson learned. Like David Culley, you learned after hiring David Culley, maybe we should hire someone that has some head coaching experience. Then you learned after hiring Lovie Smith, maybe we shouldn't hire somebody that's so old. And now DeMeco Ryans is the head coach of the Houston Texans. Every misstep is a lesson learned. You could do better than David Culley. You could do better than Lovie Smith. DeMeco Ryans.
Yeah. I was trying to think of like draft misstep maybe. Like, we messed up with Kevin Johnson back in 2013 or whatever.
They messed up not getting rid of Brandon Cooks the year before this past season.
That was a misstep.
And
you know what? I hope we learned our lesson.
I think they did. You don't want to trade somebody too early, like DeAndre Hopkins for a second-round pick and David Johnson, but you don't want to trade somebody too late, like Brandon Cooks for, what, a sixth-round pick?
I think a 5th and a 7th?
5th and a 7th, something like that, yeah. Every setback, a chance to grow stronger. So this is literally just like saying the same thing three times.
Which makes me think it's Caserio.
Mm-hmm.
Because also this is meaningless, but keep going.
I'm bummed out that this might be Caserio. I don't think it is. I feel like this has to be somebody in marketing or higher up the food chain than Caserio. Because Caserio doesn't strike me as somebody who ever goes on the internet.
But he strikes me as someone who has like a calendar on his desk filled with
A written calendar.
Yeah, but filled with like inspirational quote, like a daily inspirational thing.
See, if this was Jack Easterby, I would buy that.
I feel like he's an inspirational like again, like just a meaningless sentence that he's like, wow, that is profound. And then he says 70 meaningless sentences every time he's in front of a microphone thinking it's profound.
If this was by Nick Caserio, Sean, though, with that in mind, the entire block would be filled up and this would be 7 paragraphs long. It would be 7 paragraphs.
The Unabomber's manifesto. Yes. Just no punctuation, just...
Yes, that's what it would be. So I don't think it's Caserio. I think Hannah greenlit this, or Cal greenlit this, or their head of marketing.
Yeah, nameless, faceless. Oh, Doug.
It's I forget Doug's last name.
I was literally gonna.
I like him, by the way.
No, I was literally gonna say like a nameless, faceless marketing guy, and then you actually said a name. I was like,
I forget his last name. It's one of those 3. It's got to be, because I don't think the president would have signed up on this. No, I don't think he would have. And yet, we're overanalyzing this because this is more entertaining to analyze than actual draft picks. It is. You know it. I know it too. Failure is not an option. It's a necessity. Every misstep is a lesson learned, posted the Houston Texans. Every setback a chance to grow stronger. Embrace the struggle and become unstoppable. I don't like hearing embrace the struggle. I don't.
You don't like that?
No.
It's a little too close to embrace the suck for me.
Or trust the process. It is embrace the suck. I mean, it's what the Killer Bees mantra is. Embrace the suck.
But I thought we were done embracing
No,
the
we're
suck.
not. We're not. That's their thing. That's their thing. You can't just not embrace the suck anymore. Either you embrace suck ever or you never embrace it at all. That's how it works.
I wish they would stop sucking.
I do too. I do too. But they're embracing it. And when you embrace the suck, then all of a sudden, 5 years from now, you're going to continue to say, trust the process, like you're a Philadelphia 76ers fan, only to realize that, yes, your ceiling is the second round of the playoffs when Husky Harden decides to run out of steam and Joel Embiid realizes that he can't win the whole thing by himself. Anyway, back to the Texans. They put up a very cringe social media post, and we have been making fun of it pretty much all morning. And the thing that bothers me the most about it is you would just hope at one point in their entire history that they could have enough self-awareness to realize that everyone is going to make fun of them for this. That's all I want. I'm just tired of being made fun of. Do I even want them to be a contender again as much as I just want them to stop being embarrassing?
You just want 9-7 division champion.
I will go back to the Bill O'Brien era.
Yeah.
Does it matter, Brian? It matters to me, Brian. It matters to me. 9-7 and the AFC South Championship, that means a lot to me. We got so cocky and so arrogant. Oh, we're better than this. Are we? I mean, these last 3 years have proven that it could have been a lot worse.
I mean, the other 15 years of Texans football has said it's not.
That's the other thing
we're
too.
Not better than that.
You're right. They're like that.
There's 5 good years. No, actually, probably even less than that. There's probably 3 actually good years.
There's 2020. Check that. There's 2019.
Yeah.
2020 was
that was bad.
There's 2019. There's 2018. There's 2011. There's 2012.
Okay, so 4.
Those are the 4 legit seasons.
And in 2011, TJ Yates was starting playoff games.
But 2011 counts because it's first.
Yeah, no, they were good. But then when you actually got to the playoffs, at least for me, I was like,
why did they post this? Why did they post this?
So do you think this means? This doesn't mean CJ Stroud. This is what strikes me. I don't know why, but I don't think you post this when you're gonna have a conventional pick, a pick that people expected you to make.
It does feel like that, and see, that's how little faith we have in them.
It feels
this
like
post
Tyree
means
Wilson.
the worst. It might just be that one of the people that works in marketing or something else is cringe AF. It might just be that simple. It could be that, but the natural reaction to this is to just assume that they're gonna bleep it up. It's hey, remember us? We're still the Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Nico, but we're still the Texans. Remember, bitch. We own you.
we're gonna post something that says that failure is necessary. And it has the words misstep, setback, and embrace the struggle. Those will be the words that we want to carry us into Thursday, the future of the Texans.
Hell yeah, dude.
The most important draft in Texans history. And we might have to take a setback for a chance to get stronger.